All right, man. Welcome back, Sports Page Show, man. I got a great show, great guest for you today. It's been a long time coming, long overdue. I want to bring this guy on, somebody I've known for a very long time. It's my son right here, man. Intro Wavier Leflair, music artist, stylist, actor, writer, engineer. Does a little bit of everything, man. Let's give it up for my man, Wavier Leflair.
Hey man, how you doing?
Absolutely. I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Yes, sir. We got to give it up, man. Meccamade's artist right now. He's dropped a hot EP called See You Next Summer. And it's a 6-track EP. And we excited to
hmm
hear about it, man. What's your thoughts on the new project, man? Tell us people about See You Next Summer.
So, see you next summer is like you said, 6 song, 7 track EP that I put together for the summertime, summer vibe, feel good, fresh, refreshing, something for the ladies on there, some turn up, a bunch of different vibes on there that I put together. Really just for my fans, letting them know like almost like, hey, I'm about to lock back in. I don't know what I'm gonna release until next summer, but here's something to hold y'all over. And then, like I said, for me, see you next summer really just means, just getting in that bag, locking back in, whether that's going to the gym, whether it's just focusing on yourself, whatever it is to just get back in your bag. A lot of people take that winter time, that fall time to get back into stacking season, hibernating, just getting back in that mode and until it's time to pop back out next summer.
All right. Well, I love the project, man. I think some of my favorite, some of my favorite tracks are Us versus the World. Uh, you know, you got 2019. What's some of your favorite tracks and why? Tell the people why. What's some of your favorite tracks and what you did to, give us a little bit of flavor this time. And, it's a little different than some of your other past projects.
Yeah, I feel like of course, every song on there definitely a bop, the vibe. I love every song on there, but my favorite 2 songs would definitely be Face Down and Way Too Late. And I feel like Face Down is one of my favorites just because I feel like it was a new sound I was experimenting with. And it
Way
was
too
a it
late.
was it was a type of song that I've been wanting to make for a long time, like that type of sound. And
Yes.
then Way Too Late was just, something I needed, that like that turn up, something you can play in a club, you play in a strip
Yes,
club, you play in
sir.
the parties, you play in a whip, you know what I'm saying? Something I just needed something with that, something to really just turn the party up. So those definitely my 2 favorite tracks on there.
You did a great job. I know you had a streaming party the other night to celebrate the new project. Tell us about the streaming process and tell us some of the things you're doing to promote the project right now.
So yeah, I did just do a stream live album release party about 3 days ago.
Okay.
Um that went well, you know what I'm saying? Just invited some of my close family friends over and then we premiered it live on Twitch. So I've been doing a few streams on Twitch. Of course, I'm doing my social media content, shooting visualizers, doing, interviews, podcasts. Um and yeah, just going to keep pushing it, TikTok, just doing performance videos to it as well. I'm not gonna this go around I decided I don't want to do put too much money into doing these big budget music videos just yet until I feel like a song really truly deserves it based off of the numbers and the streams. I feel like until then I'm gonna just keep building them up with, my short form reels, TikToks, visuals like that instead of just, dumping a whole bunch of money into a music video. You know.
Okay, I totally understand. So some people think that, you just popped up, you're in Atlanta, they don't know your backstory. Tell people a little bit in a quick little synopsis, where you were born, where you grew up, just some of your
hmm
hobbies, man. I know used to be
Okay.
a baller. Tell the people about some of your backstory and
Yeah,
how you
yeah,
actually
yeah.
transitioned from hooping to music.
Okay. So I was actually born in Washington, D.C. Moved to Delaware when I was around 2, lived in Delaware from like 2 to like 16. I actually did move back to the DMV area In 8th grade though, was hooping out there as well. You know what I'm saying? I went to Andrew Jackson Middle School, where played Upper Marlboro Boys Club, all that. Grew up really playing sports, you know what I'm saying? Basketball and football was my main two sports. And when I grown up in the house with my older brother, and he been doing music since he was like 14, 15. So I always seen him, you know, in the studio, putting in those hours, putting in that work. My pops, you know what I'm saying, Blaze Money, was actually an artist before him. So I kind of like, you know, seen a little bit of the music industry and seeing how it works. And I kind of was like, you know, straying away from it because I'm like, oh, I want to do something different. I want to be the athlete, you know? So I
Yes.
really was playing basketball all throughout high school until my senior year. I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. Um, and I was supposed to be playing with my cousin out there on that basketball team. Long story short, didn't end up making the team, but I told myself before tryouts, if I don't make the team, I'm going all in with this music stuff. So who knows, man? If I would have been through with that team, I would have been probably on somebody's college roster and wouldn't even be making music right now, you know what I'm saying? And really, or, you know, really be this much invested into it. So that kind of got me to music,
Look
like I
like you
said.
still might hoop a little bit. You still hoop every now and then. You
Yeah,
still get out there.
I still get out there right now. I got my money on me versus any other rapper. I got my money on me.
Oh,
I don't think it's no other rapper. I've seen a lot of these rappers hooping against Gilly, against all these people. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if they ready for me to hit the
you
scene
ready for
yet.
Breezy? Breezy?
I'm
Breezy?
ready for
Has
Breezy.
he?
I'm ready. I seen Breezy might be one of the nicest hoopers though. I did see Breezy might be one of the nicest hoopers. I did say rappers though. Breezy a singer, but but nah,
He's in
Breezy
that
probably
musical, he in that
yeah
musical group, but
yeah
he'll
he
be
probably
actually here in DC this weekend. I think Chris Brown will be here this weekend, but
oh
I
the
know.
Breezy boy. I actually went and seen him when he was out here in Atlanta. He did his
Okay,
thing, man. Chris Brown is definitely one of the top
but the best
five
artist of the
artists for
game.
me for sure.
Okay,
He even seeing him live in person, seeing the way he carried himself on the stage and the stage presence, this everything. It was amazing. Like it made me. Of course, I wasn't around to see Michael Jackson perform and everything, but just hearing about how people were and the fans was, it almost gave me that feeling. Like, dang, like this would have had to
yeah.
be like just seeing 30,000 people in the stands just all for this, you know, one artist.
Hey, that sounds like you had a good time, man. I hear a lot about, Chris Brown shows, and the ladies love it. So I'm sure that, if the ladies love it, fellas got a job, make sure the ladies is happy. So I'm sure you had a good time. Um, I want to know, what's planned for Wavier Leflair, Leflair lifestyle. I know you big on fashion. I see your video, I see your content. What you got planned for the rest of 2025 and 2026, for your
So the
music
rest.
and for your life? What you got up in store?
Okay. So for the rest of 2025, like I said, I just want to really lock in and keep building up my community around this project. Releasing more visuals, content. Like I said, I've been streaming on my Twitch channel, more streams, and really just building it up. So 2026 come around, I can be able to do a 5 to 10 city tour.
Okay.
And really have that fan base where I'm really packing out shows. I'm doing my thing. And as far as, just life, just really just, finding that balance between, because as an independent artist, you still got to work. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a job. You got your bills. You got life things going on. So just finding that perfect balance to being able to really balance everything, and not get overwhelmed
Absolutely.
at times or stressed out. So really just getting myself in a good position financially as well to really just invest back in myself. Because as an independent artist, that's what you're doing a lot of times. You're really just investing
Absolutely.
into yourself. So definitely want to get some merch going 2026. Um, More events, you know what I'm saying? More streams, more performances, more music, more visuals. I want to actually have a short film. I want to work on too. We might need to sit down and talk about that. I know you said you was trying to get in your writing and directing bag too. I'm working
Okay.
on something for See You Next Summer, so definitely I might see that next
Absolutely.
summer.
Absolutely. So it sounds like you got a good plan going into remainder of the year and then next year as well. Can you tell us a little bit about the Meccamade family and some of the things you guys are doing over there. I know you talked about it briefly as an independent artist. Tell us about Meccamade and what you guys are doing, what the family Meccamade means to you, and what you guys have in store for the people.
Okay. So Meccamade means a lot to me. First of all, shout out to Meccamade. Shout out to Meccamade CEO, my brother Steve's the Gifted. Shout out to Meccamade artists, Rich Flea, Coogee Young, Sean Rose, me. Shout out, we got DJ 40, Leak the producer. We got a bunch of Meccamade affiliates, Sandman GME. Um, New artists y'all gonna be hearing about real soon. Ebony, Barry. We got a bunch of things coming soon. So definitely major shout out to Meccamade. I've been working with them for the past, I want to say around 7 years, and
Yeah.
really just helped me with artist development, you know what I'm saying, with my stage presence, with performances, with my songwriting skills, putting me in studio sessions with other artists where I'm songwriting for them, engineering for other artists, and just also learning the business as an independent artist, you know, so how things work and putting on events and putting on shows. They definitely taught me a lot, helped me a lot. And we're just going to continue to grow. Now we're kind of expanding to more so we have Meccamade Studios, and we're going to, instead of running more so like a label, I think we're transitioning more to running like an artist development gym. You know what I'm
Amen. Putting
saying?
all work. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like they got some big things. It says Meccamade is the only way. So I know
Yes,
how you
sir.
guys, hold it down over there. You've been doing your thing. Um, Can you just tell us some of the things that I recognize? And I see a lot of these young people out here, they think it's easy. Some of the things they see online, they see you guys doing things, they see TV. I don't think they understand how hard it is as a artist to do it independently. And what do you think about some of the good, bad, and the ugly as an independent artist? And if you were to be a major on a major label, is there anything you would do differently, or
Yeah.
how much would that mean to you?
So, first off, I want to say it's extremely, hard being an independent artist. Like I said, not having that major label backing behind you, that major budget pushing you, putting you on all these major platforms, podcasts, blogs, radio stations, getting you ads everywhere, getting you seen everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's a major difference between being signed to a major and independent is you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? It's just you and the team that you decide to build, and y'all gonna hit the ground yourselves and y'all gonna run. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like coming up as an independent artist, if you think you're gonna get in the studio, make a song, drop it, and blow up, and that's all you gotta do, like this ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more that goes behind the scenes when it comes to marketing, pushing, being consistent, editing your own stuff, shooting your own stuff, spending money, learning how to, if you want to cut your budget, learning how to do the things yourself, learning how to record yourself, edit yourself, um, all the things, because you're gonna need to save money as an independent artist because it's coming out of your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And but that also is the pro because you're not signed to a major where you end up being in debt because they done invested so much money into you that now you're spending years and years trying to recoup that money that they put up. You know what I'm saying? So I say that's the major difference, and then also, like I said, it is difficult sometimes being an independent artist and putting in all that hard work. You spend blood, sweat, and tears in the studio or editing and shooting all these things, and then for you to post and get 100 views or 100 likes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that can be extremely discouraging, but having that mindset where you can't focus on the numbers and you just want to focus on your product and putting out that best quality of work and just getting it out to the people and as much as you can and being consistent to where people start really seeing you and seeing the work you're putting in.
Absolutely. Speaking of quality, man, the project you just put out, I can see the growth in yourself as an artist, also as an engineer. I know you do a little bit of artist development, as you mentioned, engineering. What's some of the favorite parts, or will be your favorite part of as a artist? Do you like to perform, putting the songs together, or do you prefer just maybe the producing and the engineering aspect? Do you see yourself doing a little more of that in the future?
I definitely see myself doing a lot more songwriting for other artists. I do like engineering too. Sometimes it can be a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. especially with these days, a lot of artists don't like coming to the studio prepared. So you may be sitting in that engineer chair for hours recording the same lines, and
Yeah,
as an artist who does their own engineering and records itself, I do definitely empathize with those engineers, and shout out to all the engineers out there because they make a lot of artists' careers. And I feel like a lot of people don't know how much work goes on to that engineering side as well. So definitely shout out to the engineers, but um. Yeah, I do see myself working with more artists on the songwriting tip and just getting in the studio. But my favorite part of being an artist, I do love hitting that stage and performing because it's just a feeling. It's just a
the
indescribable
vibe.
feeling. You know what I'm saying? And that vibe and just it's like you're almost able to feel the appreciation for, the art that you're making. But I also
Absolutely.
love being in the studio and creating that music too, because that first vibe when you make that first song and you know it's hitting and you in there and you playing it back,
Yeah.
it's definitely a crazy feeling too. So I do love performing and still being in the studio.
Okay. So Day Ones was the last concert, am I right? That you guys put on at
Day
the
One's
one
live.
Day One's live.
Yeah, I want to say that's the last one we did at the Queen, Wilmington, Delaware. We also did a What a Night series. Out here we had a few shows out here in Atlanta area.
Okay.
Um,
I know you
yeah.
guys speaking of performance, so you big on performing. When is the next time you guys perform? I would love to see you at the Mecca, the HU homecomings coming up.
I
I
was
know you
about to
got
say,
Big Brother
yeah,
out
HU
there. Y'all
homecoming is
pulling in the
coming up.
strings. What we got on store for your next performances?
So we usually do me and my team, like Meccamade, we usually do travel up to DC every year around October, the middle of October around homecoming season. We usually hit the Howard campus with a lot of street promo for all the street marketing, and then would book some performances while we're out there as well. This year, I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it out there, but you might see a couple Meccamade people out there still, hitting the ground working, but I don't know if I'll
Promoting
make it
things.
out there this year. Um, so I don't want to give any promises too soon. I don't want to make any, announcements too early about when the next big performance is. You'll just have to stay tuned to find out when we got our next major performance.
I heard that. Stay tuned. Absolutely. I wanted to just say to you, I know you took time out for us today, and I appreciate it. I call it Therapeutic Thursday. So you're one of my first guests bringing. It's called a comeback of sorts. So I appreciate you taking your time out, and I want to salute you on your growth, uh, your development as a young man and young king. You're doing your thing, and I just want to say congratulations on a new project. But I also want to ask you, it's kind of difficult out here for a lot of young people, especially what's going on in the government, the streets, just growth and life maturity. How do you handle the things that are going on around you, and what motivates you to stay consistent and just out of trouble, and just something that you want to tell to somebody that maybe your 18-year-old self that now that you're 24, what would you say to some of the youngers that are maybe 18 or just trying to find that transition and stay locked in?
What I would say is, for one, figure out what you want for yourself, in life, what you want your goals to be, the things that you want to have and maintain, and then write that down and focus on that every day. Every day, think about that. So even the days when you feeling lazy, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to go to the studio, you don't want to do whatever it is that you're doing. Think about that end goal instead of focusing on the mood that you may be in that moment, because that mood is momentarily. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of times when I think about the things that I want and seeing how far I am away from those things and realize, like I said, the Kobe quote, like, the job's not finished. You know what I'm saying? You may see the internet, you may be like, oh, he released his project, he did his release party, he lit, he out in Atlanta, he got the girls, but it's like I still feel like I'm nowhere near where I want to be. So that's what keeps me motivated, knowing how much work I still got to put in and how far I really want to go. And even like you said about the youth, knowing I got younger brothers that's looking up to me, you know what I'm saying? Wanting to be inspired and wanting to do certain things and just trying to lead by example. So and it
It's
is
a
hard
great
though,
mindset.
definitely as a young man, as a young artist, young black man, it's definitely hard to stay motivated, stay consistent, and there's gonna be days you slip off, but just bounce back, and that's all we can do. And of course, like I'm faithful, so everybody not maybe religious or faithful, but definitely keeping the man above first. You know what I'm saying, and praying and just staying focused and staying disciplined and trying to stay as consistent as possible.
I like to hear that. Great answer. And I know that you're a big sports fan, and I
Yeah, I
know
got my C's
you got your
on.
team on. It's big season. The
Yeah,
season is coming up about
it is.
coming
I
up
know it's
on us.
football season right now.
Football season is. It's a great time. Football, basketball balance. Basketball will be
Mm-hmm.
starting at the end of the month. I think around the 20th for basketball. Um, and you like you said, you played ball back in the day. Tell
Mm-hmm.
us about your love for sports and your two favorite teams.
Okay.
We got the Eagles in common, and we'll talk about the Celtics next. But give us a little take
Okay.
on how it feel to be an Eagle fan and how that start. How you
Yeah.
become an
So
Eagle
I've
fan.
I've been a fan. I've been in love with basketball and football since I was probably 5 years old. I remember I became an Eagles fan because, like I said, I'm from Delaware. We don't have our own sports team, so the closest team is, of course, Philly, right there. My pops, from Philly as well, and big Birds fan. So I remember one of my earliest memories as an Eagles fan is going to the Eagles training camp. I think I was about 10 years old, and just going in there, seeing the practice facilities, meeting some of the players, getting autographs, pictures, dope souvenirs. Um, it was just a dope experience. So been to a few Eagles games as well. So I've just definitely always been an Eagles fan my whole life, as far as like I can remember. And even just when I was playing football, my favorite running back, Shady. Well, my favorite running back, actually, I wore number 25 for Reggie Bush. Let me start there. I
Okay,
forgot about that. I got 25 for Reggie
okay.
Bush, but then as
Heisman
being an
winner.
Eagles
I
fan,
certainly
we
understand.
had Shady McCoy.
Oh yeah,
So that definitely was one of my things. And
one of
then
your
even as
favorites.
far
Yeah.
as basketball, I've been a Celtics fan because a lot of people think, oh, you're a bandwagon. The Celtics just
Well,
won the
how did you become
championship
a
not too
Celtics
long
fan?
ago.
Tell the people how did you become a Celtics fan? Who was how that
That's
start?
Yeah. So I was about to say, I originally started liking the Celtics because Rondo was my favorite player, my favorite point guard. He was a small guy. It was shifty. He had the passes. You know what I'm saying? He played defense. He hustled. And then during that era, like that 2008 time when we had KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo, um, you know what I'm saying? It was hard not to like them. So especially around that time when I really first started getting into sports and watching sports, that's when I started becoming a Celtics fan. And I'm just a guy who's loyal to my team. So I ain't one of those guys that's gonna switch up because players leave or So just really just been staying down with my team since then.
Well, it's always to stay loyal. What's your thoughts on the Celtics this season? I mean, you got JT's injured. As a transition, they look like people saying don't count them out. What's your predictions and expectations for the season this year?
Okay, so let me start here. About even with JT being hurt, of course that broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? Al Horford just left us. Think he's going to the Warriors. Porzingis coming out here to the Hawks. Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? We did lose a lot of key pieces, so a lot of people are trying to count us out. But I will say, like, I feel like we really have such a strong core team, you know what I'm saying? With still having JB, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna count him out and act like he wasn't one of the best players in the league without Jason Tatum, you know what I'm saying? We still got Derek White, we still got Pritchard, we got a lot of new guys that came in, some bigger guys. We got Simmons from Trailblazers that came in. So I'm excited to see what we're gonna do this season. I definitely think that we are in the East, and I don't think there's much teams that'll still be able to hold us. So I would think on at least the lowest we'll probably go is maybe fifth seed. I
Yeah.
see us going, and I see us even being higher than fifth. But I'm just saying, even if we were fifth seed, that's fine with me. Make it to the playoffs. I believe by playoff time, JT will be back. You know what I'm saying? he's already back working out. He's already back. So I think if we could land us a 5th, 6th seed spot, make it to the playoffs, I could definitely see us making it all the way back to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay. Well, I know you're a young guy. You know, they always say they're trying to figure out who's the best. If you had to put your Mount Rushmore of players of all time, and that's, you know, 4 guys up there, you know, so Mount Rushmore, who would be on your Mount Rushmore of players that you enjoy
Okay.
watching and just spend your money on seeing?
That's in all time or in the league right
All
now?
time,
You
all
said all
time,
time?
including today, from you start watching till today.
Okay. Let me do 5. Let me do 5.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a call coming in. Hold on, let me hang that up. So I'm gonna go LeBron. You gotta go LeBron.
LBJ.
And I know, wait, hold on. This is hard. This is harder than I thought. Because I can't put LeBron, Kobe, and MJ all in there. I'm sorry. I can't. It's like, 'cause I got at least
Why
wait.
not?
Cause are we
I
going
mean,
off
that's top
best or are we going
three.
off my favorite? We're going off best or
I'm
favorite?
going off of your fave. Who you would put, who
Okay.
you would want to
Okay. So
hoop
my
with,
faves,
who you
I'm
could
gonna
pick. You
go.
the GM. You put
I'm
your
gonna go.
all-time team together.
Okay. I got AI.
To
I got
answer.
LeBron.
Okay.
I got JT.
Okay. You got 3. Where your big men at?
Yeah, I was saying if I want to go big man, I feel like I gotta go. I gotta go Shaq.
The
I got
Diesel.
I gotta go Shaq. And then let me.
You need a forward, kind of shifty, big man. Get you some boards. I will give you a little help, but it's
No,
your
no, no,
five.
don't give me no help. Let me see. So, honestly, dang, I want to say somebody, but I'm trying to, because you said all time, so I'm trying to think a little bit past. Because a lot of people that's coming to my mind are people
You
that's in the
leaving
league.
Kobe off your 5? You like that mentality?
I like Kobe. Then
You
I
got
just feel like
AI, Bron, JT, and Shaq.
I go Kobe. You're right. I go Kobe. I go Kobe.
The Mamba made it.
Yeah,
Last
I
but
go
not
Kobe.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nah, you said, you know, Kobe's one of your favorite players. You like his mentality when it comes to just off the court. So definitely on the court as well. And I mean, I thank you for joining us today. And I want to just kind of let the people know you got a lot going on and you're doing some tremendous things. I want to take my hat off to you, salute you, and let you know that, hey, I'm proud of you. Um, but tell the people before you go, where can they find all your platforms, your music, your streaming? You know, you have merch that you might want to put out there soon.
Hmm.
Where can they find you? And you're currently in the ATL, right?
Yep. So on any music platform, you search up Wavier Leflair, you'll find me on any music platform. The project I just released is exclusively available on SoundCloud only right now. So same thing, you type in "See You Next Summer" on SoundCloud, be under Wavier Leflair. Social media platforms, Wavier Leflair. My Instagram is Wavier Leflair _. Um, and my Twitch as well, Wavier Leflair. And yeah, those my platforms. I
Tell
do
us,
have an
tell the people about Twitch a little bit. I'm not familiar with the streaming. How's it, how did that work and how's that going for you? Something that you
so
just got started doing?
yeah, I just started Twitch. I just started doing the Twitch. This year I was just seeing that it was definitely something that was bubbling, taking off, and of course you got the big streamers like you got Cosnet, you got Speed. I know they've been doing their things, and I just thought it was another platform that it was doing this thing, and I was already getting into my vlogging and YouTube stuff, but I think streaming is more like in the moment, live. I can be streaming while I'm in the studio, and that's what made me really want to start is like actually allowing people into my studio recording process. So like just going live while I'm in the studio and letting people see. And
Okay.
then even when I'm doing events, I'm out and about. I know a lot of young guys. My little brother, he's 16. He's been telling me he wanted me to stream for a while because he's telling me like it's a lot of my life is interesting, and he was in streaming is a way you can just capture those things in the moment right then and there. You never know what's going to happen. Um, so it's definitely something dope that's taking off right now, and I just kind of wanted to jump on it before it got too late. So yeah, I started streaming, and just building that up. But the thing about Twitch is it's not necessarily a platform that is going to be pushing new streamers in their algorithm. So you kind of have to clip up your stream and post on other platforms to get people to come to Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't necessarily have Twitch. It's not like a regular social media that people are just, scrolling like Instagram or Twitter or TikTok. So a lot of times you got to take your clips from your streams, post them to the TikTok to really keep building up your fan base on Twitch. So I'm trying to get on that, but like I said, I'm really trying to just work on that balance and not getting overwhelmed with all these things, because like I said, as an independent artist, when you're doing all these things on your own, it's a lot between YouTube, vlogging, editing your videos, recording music, writing music, streaming, posting your streams, clipping up your streams, going out performing, doing events in real life, and still maintaining your real life bills and like everything, so just trying that's what I'm really working on in this process of rolling out See You Next Summer. Still is still just getting my life things all together and really being able to balance everything.
That sounds awesome, man. I know we're in the DMV, and I'm going to wrap it up shortly. Tell us some of your favorite memories. So you said you hooped, and
Hmm.
you did your thing out there back in the day. Tell us some about some of your favorite memories as from the Wavier hooping days. Tell us you
Okay.
got to drop us with like maybe two stories,
Two
some
stories, two
memorable
stories.
moments.
Okay. One, because I just started this one, but I didn't think this one before. So one of them was when I believe we had a tournament in New York, and it was just a situation where I don't know if our coach didn't show up. We didn't have a coach, something. So I don't really remember what happened, but I remember my pops just came out to the tournament. He was just coming to support, watch me hoop, and he ended up
Yes,
coaching us
sir.
that whole tournament. You know what I'm saying? And that was just a fun experience because he
Yeah,
coached me. When I was younger, like I said, in eighth grade and stuff. But just being in high school, being with my boys, and just actually, AAU was a different game. So just
absolutely.
having that experience, that was definitely one of my favorite memories. And then another one was, I believe that this was eighth grade or it might have been seventh grade. But it was one of my middle school team in Delaware, and we had a tournament, like a Christmas tournament. It was like over winter break or something. And I
Yeah,
remember going out there. My grandma came to the game. She's not a sports fan at all. She just came to drive me. She took me to the game. My mom or something was busy, and I ended up going off. Like I had 25 points. They gave me the
yeah,
MVP. There was it was like all this thing. I got a little trophy, a little medallion. So that
that's
was one of my
awesome.
favorite memories for sure.
That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate for me being in one of your moments. I got some great memories as well. We got an opportunity to travel when you was doing AAU. We met Mad Max out one time, and I remember you hooping in high school. So traveling around was a good experience. And I just want to say once again, I take my hat off to you, man, and continue to do your thing. Much success. Let's give a shout out to my man Wavier Leflair, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Thanks for
Appreciate it
joining the Sports Page Show, man. Wish you the best. Love you. Hey,
for
continue.
sure.
Much success.
Thank you
Tell the
for having
people,
me.
you got any last words for the people?
Go Birds and go Celtics. We'll see y'all in the Super Bowl, and we'll see how our Celtics season go, man.
All right. Go Birds. I don't know about that other thing, but we're going to see how it go, man. I got my
All
Wizards,
right.
so it's going to be a hard struggle, but love you. Shout out to Wavier Leflair and the Meccamade family, man. Thanks for
Yes,
coming
sir. The
on.
only way.
The only way. Peace.
Peace.
Want to say thank y'all for coming out, man. And I just want to say thank y'all for joining me today. Great show. Wavier LaFlair. Please check them out on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, any other platform. See You Next Summer is the name of the new EP. Y'all enjoy. Thank you.